because you can change. What happens is when you shift a paradigm, say one paradigm you have set up, you have one character as a Ravager, which is a magic user, and two Commandos, which are fighting with your fist. You can then switch a paradigm, and then that same Ravager is now a medic, and the other two, and one's a Synergist, he's the one that casts, haste, protect, that type of stuff, buffs on your party, and then maybe the other one changes to a Saboteur, which is the one that casts the debuffs on the other side. And so they all have all these different facets to them that you can, they all have 3 pretty much for most of the game that you can choose from for each of them. So, I mean, ultimately you've got, for most of the time, 3 members in your party. So all of them can be 3. So, I mean, you've got 9, you've got like 27 different setups you can possibly have, and you can use 6 of them, I think, at a time. And so you're constant, especially later in the game, you are constantly switching between them.
Oh, yeah.
You're going, like, 1 second you're doing this, another, and you feel like a badass doing it. You're like, you do this, oh, man, switch paradigm. Yeah. All right, you got me healed, all right, switch paradigm again. And you're just going through it so fast, and you feel like, it feels awesome to be doing all this crazy stuff.
Yeah. I figured out a couple of strategies, and, like, I just like, feel like so awesome after I've, like, killed everyone.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like every single battle feels incredible. Mm-hmm. It feels awesome, and you're always scared in every battle. All right, I need to do this or I'm going to die.
Yeah.
I need to do this or I'm going to die. You're always scared, and I like that because it keeps you immersed in the game. It keeps you interested. It keeps your attention.
Yeah, and also what I like is that some people probably wouldn't agree with, wouldn't like that, like, no matter in when you start the battle, you always have full HP. But, like, some people probably wouldn't like that, but I think that it works perfectly for this game, because this game, the battles are, like, fast. If you aren't on the ball, like, you're gonna die.
Yeah, that's a good point to mention. When you're walking around after a battle, your party's instantly at their normal status. So, if one of your guys had died or whatever in the fight, he's back.
Yeah.
But I think it's good, because you still do die. You will lose.
Oh, yeah. They can still die, and you still have to bring them back, and if you can't, then you're screwed. So
yeah, especially if it's your medic. And
God.
I mean, I lost my train of thought real quick. So if you want to say it,
I really hate to cut you guys off here, but we've got like a whole mammoth of a Final Fantasy 13 discussion going on here, and like ultimately, this game sounds like a game that you could go on forever with. But basically, I'll just say like my last opinions on it, because I feel like Twisted. Tim,
can I just say something? Hi, Renix. You really have.
Yeah, I know. That's who I was about to mention too. I don't think Rance has said more than,
I just want to say hi. What's going? How you
there are 6 people on this show.
You haven't died, have you? You're still conscious?
Oh no, I'm alive.
Any money?
But yeah, before we move on, I just want to say this game. I've followed some of the other Final Fantasy games, and they've never really appealed to me. But this is the first game where the presentation value is just so impressive that I can almost ignore my old personal choices, and that
definitely stepped up.
It's like mind-blowing sometimes when I look at it. And then I look at like the combat, and it's it looks so great. But anyway, I'll finish up. We need to move on. It was a great discussion. Tim, what's going on?
I'll tell you what's going on. Pokemon is going on.
Hell yeah!
I am not the biggest Pokemon fan, and I'm just gonna start the bloodbath. Look, let's face facts. Not only have they released the same game that has already been out, and it's the second time they've done it, the Pokemon formula has not changed a lick, other than the fact it's on 2 screens. Now, is this a bad thing? That's up for debate. I don't think it's a terrible thing.
It's really the same thing, though, even on the 2 different screens.
I mean, like, if you played Red, you could pick up any of the Pokemon games and automatically know everything.
I was having lunch with the legend here today, and, when we're sitting there. He broke out Pokemon, and I was interested. I'm like, oh man, you gotta use the Great Ball, and like I found myself like getting into it, and I'm like, I'm such an idiot. Like I played this game in like elementary school. It's still fun. It's still great fun.
Yeah,
and I think there's something.
But that's the thing. If it's something you like, and it's more of it in a different, sort of view, like, is that a bad thing, really? Like, if you still get enjoyment out of it?
If you still get enjoyment,
I think it's awesome. I think they've been. I am glad that Nintendo has not changed the formula. Let me tell you what happens when Nintendo changes the formula. You have Sonic becoming like a werewolf.
Wow.
What?
Yeah,
You have crazy thing. They do stupid things. I've ranted to you, Chief, before about Nintendo and how much I hate them right now, but.
True.
I think it's good that they're keeping the basic formula around.
Yeah, you've got it. You definitely have got a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, going back to Pokemon, like, the thing you gotta love about the formula is that I don't think with any other game, like, it's hard to say that it's the best handheld game ever, but, like, that's really how I feel, because it's the game that best keeps the handheld in mind. I mean...
It's the game that spawned handheld gaming.
I know.
Multiplayer.
There was no handheld gaming before Pokemon, because Pokemon just had this brilliant system where you have... you run around and you collect these Pokemon, and you get into these turn-based battles, and then you can put the DS away, you can close it, and then you can just pop it back open, and you're right back where you were, and you can just do that at any time, and you can pop in at any time, and you're still on this epic adventure, but you're having fun the whole time. It's not like I have to ride a train 15 minutes in order to play the game.
Yeah, well, the thing that was about the original spawn of Pokemon was that, number one, I mean, it was very popular. There was a TV show and everything, but aside from that, it was a game that was turn-based, RPG, had an overworld, very interesting, cool concept, and most importantly, could run low spec. Come on, let's think about the original Game Boy.
Oh god.
It is this is low tech shit we got going on here. So
and it was still incredibly impressive.
And what was? I mean, even the sounds were terrible. We joke about the crazy sound you throw.
You sent down Pikachu.
Zubat! And I don't think there's a kid who has not had nightmares about the Zubat noise coming out.
Oh my god.
I'm sure most of you joined the group on Facebook.
Get out of my head.
I got that from you. I joined that. Oh my god.
Get out of my head.
Anyway, yeah, so the deal is, it's like, when you have this, it's fun. And then we got introduced multiplayer with the big, remember those big chunky cables, and you plugged them in?
Yeah.
I saw a kid with the Game Boy today, and he was playing like the original. Somehow, for some reason, everyone goes back and plays the original Pokemon.
That's because when they don't have the real game, they still want to play Pokemon, and then they.
And anyway, so I see this kid, and I look, I'm going off on a tangent, but I look at the port on the side, and I look at this thing, and it's that extension port that was for the multiplayer stuff.
Oh, the link cable?
The link cable.
Oh my god. I haven't seen that in such a long time.
I swear to God, that port is a USB port. It's a USB port with 3 pins. It's not a 4-pin 2-power 2 data. It's a 3-pin port. I looked at it and I'm like, wow, this is where it all began. Like,
yeah, of course.
This is Pokemon.
Pokemon
is like the reason that we're still
changed
turning.
the world.
Yeah.
The world of the demonic.
Yes. Go back a few episodes and you'll find out.
You'll
more
get
about
it.
That. But anyway, yeah, I think when you look at Pokemon, for better or for worse, it's always gonna be pretty much more of the same. And I mean, obviously, since this one's like a remake, that's even more so. But like the one thing that I've always, kind of been annoyed about is how they market Pokemon and how you have to purchase it. Like they have the 2-game system where you can only buy, you can only get a couple Pokemon in each, which I can understand because that way encourages trading and everything. But you can only have one save file on a game cartridge, which by today's standards is basically saying that if you want to get another save file,
get another
game,
buy
another
get
game.
another copy of the game.
Which with the expensive games today and the fact that we have decent ways of saving, I mean, DS games are SD cards. I mean, come on.
I know, no, they're more. Obviously, they could do it. It's just
they
that
just don't want you to.
Because
well, you know what it probably is. It's probably what they did with Mag. At the same time, they want you to be dedicated to this one pile, dedicated to Mag, to this one army.
I think Nintendo's just dedicated to their profits, because that's completely what they go for. They screw over personal opinion, like, oh, you want this? Well, that's great. We're going to do this,
and then sell 5
we're going to make more money, so we don't care.
Yeah.
Well, the other dude, they just have like strange marketing techniques for the Pokemon games. I mean, like when Skullbar here got the game, he showed me this model. It was a red bird shitting flames. It was a bird.
Oh.
You got a model of a bird shitting flames.
Yes.
I'm like, why would this entice someone to buy it?
Why wouldn't it?
Hey, it was the only reason I bought
It sounds like a good preparation